What I'm attempting to do with the studio visits is actually take people inside and give them access to meeting the artists instead of going through a museum group. We're actually doing this for free. So today I'm in the studio gallery space for Alexander Charriol, where I'm walking through the exhibition called The Human Flow. And what we want to do is kind of take you inside and let you meet Alex and get to know him. So talk to me about your inspiration overall for The Human Flow and where you came up with the idea.
Well,
the
Human
concept.
Flow basically came about through my journey through going to rehab and basically doing a lot of group therapy, you know. So in that group therapy, I really got the sense that, you know, we're all one to heal. So I really started painting people and finding a connection in each group. As you can see in all the paintings, they're all touching each other. So it's a lot about connection, this show. So human flow, like without touch, you know, we are alone.
Yeah.
And as humans, we always search to belong to something. I've been an artist over 13 years now. All started when I was a terrible student. I didn't like to write essays, so I had to find another way. And at the young age, you know, if I could draw and everyone liked it, that was good enough. I guess I never stopped.
This one's pretty incredible.
This one basically...
This is called what? Woman in Heat.
Never trust a woman in heat.
Never trust a woman.
Never trust a woman in heat.
Okay.
Basically, this was the study for most of these paintings. Most of my inspiration came from this painting, as far as the clutter of people, and so I really referred to this painting quite a lot, and I was never able to put color on it.
What was the earlier work like for you in the beginning when you started?
I've been playing a lot with charcoal and trying to find like the right medium with the right wear to stop it, and just basically draw without color. I didn't want to put any color. I thought, you know, the black could hold its own. So.
And to me, these seem like very emotional pieces. I mean, are you connected to this? Is this a personal experience that you had, kind of going down the street, seeing the women and being inspired that way, or kind of where did this idea come from?
This idea came from hookers, baby. I don't know. Just all a journey. It's all a, how do we say, continuation of where I started. Just, you know, the more I get older, the more I know how to use my material. I know what canvas to use. Better composition, you know, better use of material, better, you know, more confidence in my line. I can execute what I have in my mind directly onto the canvas without going through processes of learning, since I've learned them in the past. So I really know what I'm doing.
So this piece, for example, it has brighter colors. So to me, it almost looks like a watercolor or with something, you know, obviously the bright colors are pretty amazing. How did you decide on this one to use, you know, brighter colors versus some of the more subtle colors of the previous paintings that we looked at?
Since I'm a little colorblind, it's all about warm and cold feeling to me. It's like I stand in front of it and I just feel that it needs a little more of this, but I really don't know what color I'm using.
At what point do you feel that the piece is complete? Is it a feeling that you get?
There's definitely a sense of completion where, you know, it's I have like an automatic block, and it just says like, you know, and fear creeps in, and fear usually is my control. When I'm scared to touch something, I stop, and it could take me months to go again and figure out what's the next move. This was, you know, the painting was had about 5-6 layers behind it, which took me 3 months to keep changing it, and then all of a sudden one day it just happened, and I painted this in 3 hours. But this painting was up for 3 months in my house.
At what point did you start planning for this exhibition? How many months ago?
You know, this was like a good 1.5 years in the making. I was in LA at the time, and I wanted to do one out there, and started scoping out some places, but you know, the sales and the art world is in LA is something a little hard to grab. So came back to home base.
I remember seeing this space with you a month or so ago, and it was kind of a disaster. And you've really transformed it into this beautiful gallery space. So, talk about that a little bit, kind of what it was like before and what all you had to do to prepare.
Yeah, man, the spot was a bitch to get. I had to get the real estate, redo the whole place, electricity, lighting, painting. I mean, it was from A to Z. A to Z production.
Yeah.
And
because it was the floors. The floors had to be redone. I know the columns were exposed, so those had to be redone. The sheetrock all around the walls had to be put up. This wall wasn't here before.
Nothing was here. No electricity.
No electricity.
Space.
The lights weren't here.
Nothing. So we really took pop-up to a different level. I would like to think. Pop-up concept, what I've seen is more of a grunge thing, more like let's not put any money into it. But I wanted to try a different angle.
You built a really beautiful space.
Thank you.
It's it is a gallery space, and it really does showcase your work. And the lighting, everything here is really spectacular. What are your expectations for tomorrow night? We're expecting a really big crowd.
Yeah, man. It should be a fun party.
It's been over 5 years ago. I met Alex here in New York through mutual friends. And at that time I saw his work, and it reminded me more of Basquiat. And I remember at the time saying, I like your work, but it has room to grow. And it really, at this point, 5 years later, it's very exciting for me to see his work and to have the opportunity to work with him. And the reason why is because he has such a diverse body of work that he's showing, and whether it be the soft colors, more the watercolor, the pastel colors that you'll see in some of the paintings, the brighter pieces that are more vibrant and more energetic. There's a lot of momentum building for Alex's work. There are some significant collectors that have already purchased his work over the last 5 or 10 years, but now with this new body of work of the Human Flow, you're really seeing big collectors coming in and buying his pieces.